Today, I'm going to show you my 3 techniques for making a super detailed fantasy map.
Today I'm working on one of the most finished areas of my map, the Central Plains, and I just want to kind of show you the main techniques I use. So the first one is the small, super small brushes. I actually started using these recently just because I hadn't started watercoloring until recently. I'm trying to use them to tidy up areas that were kind of left blank from my larger watercolor brushes that also came with the set. I'm going to use them even more as I develop my last technique that you'll see later. But overall, they're incredibly helpful for making these maps look really good. The watercolor breathes a fresh breath of life into the maps, and perfecting it is my main goal. Going over areas that were lighter, filling in the gaps between certain color regions, as well as getting close to things I don't really want to go over, like the rivers or some of the forests. Although having some overflow doesn't really matter. It's the character of the map that I'm going for, not the perfection of it. And they provide this great base layer for my second and probably most important tip, using fine-tipped pens. I got these for Christmas, but I already had some. Those are the Pigma Micron 005 size, or 0.2 millimeters. These pens are dangerously small. They're so useful. Drawing in these little features that you can't really see because they're so faint until you look closer. I want the map to be like a piece of art that you can look at many times and keep finding new details you didn't notice before in it. That's why going so small matters a lot to me. Sprinkling in unknown details like small fortresses, shrines, and ruins also provides to mystery. Because when I make like an up-close map, like a scaled down area, it gives like a cool focal point to look at, both adding to the implied world building and actual topics I can world build. Scattering these small details throughout the map is really important. Now we're gonna look at a new technique I've developed. So this is a dime for scale. So some of my details are so small that I couldn't even draw them with the pen on the map. So I draw them on a separate piece of paper and I'm gonna glue them on. Oh, little fumble. These shield crests or heraldry are the size of the letters on a dime, the smallest American coin. And I did this on a separate piece of paper because generally after the watercolor, I can't get that same white without using whiteout. I need to get some white pens pretty soon. But for scaled in my finger, they are incredibly small. And these are just gonna be really cool details I wanna add. So you can see that this tower has the heraldry marker with the red crest, the red and white crest, and I'm going to put these new crests on that paper. And I'm going to add an even smaller one to the fort to its east. I'm thinking that this level of detail will just inspire people, and it just looks awesome. You can see the territorial areas of the different kingdoms that are implied, not just drawn on the map. And here's that same dime again for scale of the region. As I've been working on that longer documentary style video, I'm just realizing how big my map is. Like, I made a smaller region accidentally the size of Australia. And y'all, that's gonna do it for today's video. Short, simple, and sweet. I'll post a link to some of the tools in the description. If you're interested in world building this world with me, consider subscribing. See y'all.